What is up, world? What is up, world? What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All Podcast, special edition. And of course, this is recorded because today is Easter. Look, we love to be in here. You know, we celebrated our 200 show. This is show 201. And definitely you're here with the usual suspects. Myself, uh, Big G, what's popping, man? How you be?
Man, I had a pretty good day today. I sent y'all one picture. I was at the Woody Hayes Center today. I got some other stuff I can't show nobody ever. I can show y'all maybe, but I can't show nobody else, man. Because we had an outstanding time at the Woody Hayes Center. And it was one good last ride, man, there, man. To be in Buckeye Land, we took pictures of everything, man, and got to I got a picture with me and the Woody Hayes statue that's unbelievable. So I had a great time today. Family, listen, my order is this: faith, family, Pittsburgh Steeler, and Buckeye football. It goes in that order all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. But happy Easter to all the people out there in podcast land. Happy Easter. We're helping you having fun with your family and friends and enjoy your holiday.
Your Resurrection Sunday. Tate Boy Fresh, what's popping, man? How you be?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. It's good. Saturday for me too. Good, bad Saturday. You know, if yesterday was Good Friday, I was good. Today had to get bad, get out there a little bit.
That boy was out there bad.
So, you know, man, not. I mean, like plus 50 plus bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm out in the store doing stuff. You know, buying stuff I shouldn't buy that I don't need. You know what I mean?
Bro, it was terrible out there today, man.
was.
That's something I
It was.
dislike. The day before a holiday, the stores is bananas, and the traffic is just out of here. Even driving and navigating in it is bad. But you know, we like to thank you guys for being here, man. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook and Twitch, so when we go live, you'll definitely get those.
I don't even know. I'm gonna let it go. I don't even know that I was finished telling how my day went though. But go ahead.
Oh, well, you know, we got time. We got time.
But
Make
you
sure
cut me
that,
off.
oh, my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off, Big Take. My bad. My bad. But yeah, make sure that you like and subscribe, even on YouTube. Make sure you hit that notification bell, man, so they'll know that the know-it-alls are live, man. Gee, tell them what they need to do with the algorithms, bro.
They need to make sure they hit the like and subscribe button, man. We're continuing to grow at a rapid rate. We're steadily approaching 1K subs. We appreciate everybody that rocks with us. If you see our show, if you like it, make sure you give it a 5-star rating wherever you get it and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, 1K subs changed the game for the know-it-alls. We appreciate everybody that's been with us so far. And we know here shortly, we're going to hit the 1K subs. So we thank you guys for your support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be right back, man. We'll get the show started right after this.
Man,
And
we need a 4-year intro refresh.
refresh. Okay.
That's facts.
It's
That's
been a
facts.
minute. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying?
4 years, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's been 4 years, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
You gotta do something like Raising Canaan, man.
I ain't never seen Raising Canaan, so I don't know what the intro gonna look like. You got me
No,
inquired.
what he's
I'm gonna
saying is
inquire.
he's saying do a song for it, and that's what he's saying. Do a song for it.
Have something more current and fresh and hip. That's cool. That was really cool 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a backstage discussion, man. I'm just out here in these streets.
No, but you know what? Yeah, it's a good one. And I thought about that last week. You know what I'm saying? That might be something that'll be on the horizon. And I take some of the new skills that I've learned and put it together. But I still owe the homies an intro. So I mean, at this point, I got to get on my intro game. You know what I'm saying? I got a million irons in the fight.
We can wait. We can wait. We've been waiting long enough. Another 4 months ain't gonna hurt us.
Yeah, but I definitely get one going here, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. So it's draft time. Next time you see us, you're gonna see us on the draft, which is next Thursday. And I'm telling you, I'm excited, man. I mean, I'm super excited. There are so many rumors going around right now, so many scenarios being painted. I've heard so many good ones. I want to discuss the one that I heard recently, and I put in the chat, and I asked the fellas about this. I'm hearing down here in Cowboy Land two trades that have been discussed, and that first trade is Dallas Cowboys will trade back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers will take pick 12. We'll take pick 21. Then once we'll take George Pickens at the comp. And so y'all will get pick 12 to go ahead and get y'all's quarterback, which would be Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders. What do you think about this hypothetical situation, Tate? Do you like it? No? Or, tell me about it.
What happens if I just ignore the question? What way would you take that?
That you didn't like it. You didn't like it at all.
I'm done already.
Big G, your opinion.
Right there. Hell no. Hell no, we ain't doing that mess. That don't make no sense. Well, listen, for all the people that rock with us and watch us, the Steelers break glass in case of emergency scenario is to trade George Pickens for a second round and a fifth round, or possibly a early third and a fourth. That's break glass in case of emergency if we feel that we have to get back as close as we can to the second round to get the player that we want. But as of today, George Pickens is a Steeler. So we're not going – listen, Omar Khan and Andy Waddle are the fleece champions. We discussed this on different platforms. We fleece basically Chase Claypool for a first-round NFL draft pick. We fleece people. We ain't getting fleeced by old geriatric Jerry. Get him out of here, bro. They ain't fleecing us. They will never get that off on us. Never in a million years. So the answer is hell no.
So another trade I heard is that the Browns are trying to get back in the first round. That the Browns are trying to get Travis Hunter and Shedeur. So that they would trade. They would go ahead on the second. They would trade the 33 and a player. Well, excuse me, the 33, the 94, and the 104 to get back into the first round and get Shedeur. And that was with the Jets. They were saying that the Jets have been possible trade partners to pick up because Aaron Glenn will be able to go back, get his guys, get whoever he wants. He'll get 2 more draft picks, and then the Browns will be able to move on from Deshaun Watson and that whole debacle because everybody believes that Deshaun won't play again. Tell me what you think about that scenario.
If the Browns went, if he was that valuable, they'd take him at number 2. He's a quarterback. If he is that valuable, they wouldn't trade up to 7. They could take him at 2. You know what I mean? So to me, quarterback, the most valuable component of the team, as good as a player Travis Hunter is, who I think they're projected to take. If they really wanted, if they was going to trade up to 7, they would just go ahead and take their quarterback at 2. It only makes sense from a value perspective.
Yeah, Chris Canty was saying this today, and he was talking about from some inside sources. That's what he hears, that they want to trade back in to get Shedeur because now you got Travis, now you got Shedeur. Changes the whole.
I get trade back in if you at 33, you trade some stuff and he fall to like 16. But I'm not trading up to 7 and giving everything. No, I ain't doing that. That don't make no sense. Not happening. Not happening. Chris Canty is not happening. Hardell is not happening.
Tay Boy Fred said he vetoed that trade. Go ahead, G. What you think?
I'm 150% with Tate. Why would you? First of all, the Cleveland Browns 53-man roster is not insert a quarterback, insert Travis Hunter, and win. They are multiple players away from even contending for the playoffs. So why would you bankrupt your team? Because that trade is their second, their third, their fifth, and next year's number one to get back in.
Next is number 1 and number 5. So
there's no way in hell that you give that up.
So
because Shedeur Sanders is not worth that.
Their first round pick and their 5th round pick.
Yeah, of next season.
Yeah.
So they have to give up their second, their third, their fifth this year, their first and their 5th next year to get back in at number 7 from the second pick of the second round. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell.
You're better off just taking your number 2 pick and taking the guy you want.
Exactly.
No sense.
Exactly.
Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter ain't Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Right. It's not nowhere close.
One was number 1 and one was a top 5 receiver. Not even, like BG said, nowhere close.
No way. I would
stop being out in the street. Listen to these fairy tale trades, man. I need you to stop.
So the thing that I see the most that's happening right here is everybody saying that if Shedeur passes 3, the Giants, that there's going to be some movement. There's going to be some movement down later. And I got to get this to G predicted right where it was going to be with the Jets. That's everybody saying that the Jets want to fall back and Aaron Glenn wants more picks. That's the consensus going around in the league that Aaron Glenn wants more picks. Because
he came from a franchise that's what they do. The Detroit Lions were built a specific way. The Detroit Lions traded off early in the process to get stockpile players. And when it came time for them to draft, they didn't care about what all these experts, so quote unquote experts, was out there. They picked the players that they wanted. They got Gibbs, they got Campbell from the middle linebacker from Iowa. They got Sam Laporta, the tight end. They got Jameson Williams. Brian Branch. They got all the guys that they wanted, and they're literally on the verge of winning a Super Bowl. So Aaron Glenn learned that from the Detroit Lions organization. So he's going to try to do something similar. But the deal is, to trade back, you have to have a trade partner that wants to go forward. And that's the issue. If there's a certain team that feels like that they want a player, that he's sitting there and the value is a 7, then they have to trade up. I don't see any current team that really wants to get into the top 10. Unless the only way is if Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter some kind of way fall. If Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter get out of the top 4 picks, then absolutely they're going to hurry up and try to get back in the first round. But there's nobody else draft worthy to jump up and get that. Not to me.
Yeah. So Abdul Carter, I think it's pretty much you can book him at the Patriots. If he's not taking it, to me, if he's not taking in those first 2 picks, he's going to end up a Patriot.
He's not going to get past the Giants.
I think go to the Giants.
Yeah, matter of fact, you can pencil that in with Sharpie. There's the black and gold Sharpie. I always say Fax or G. Stradamus. 1, 2, 3. Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans. Travis Hunter, Cleveland Browns. Abdul Carter, New York Giants.
And you pair him with that boy they got from Oregon like 2 years ago. What's his
Kayvon
Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
Them boys up. Yeah, and the Giants gonna be a problem for the NFC East too.
Whole NFC East. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this: does Jackson Dart get drafted in the first round? I hear a lot of people talking about Jackson Dart and him going to the Saints. I hear a lot of people talking about Jackson Dart and him getting in this first round. How do y'all feel about that? Do you feel that Jackson Dart gets in the first round?
I personally think there's a 75 to 80% chance that he's a first round NFL draft pick because teams are quarterback heavy. Are quarterback needy. So if a team like, let's say hypothetically, the Jackson Dart doesn't get picked 9 to the Saints, right? A team like the New York Giants, because he's going to free fall at that point, unless the 49ers feel like that their quarterback, Brock Purdy, is not the guy. He's going to free fall. So if he gets to 17, 18, and a team feels like that they can get the value out of the Giants with the rest of the picks, a team like the Giants who didn't pick their quarterback in the first round would jump back in to get a guy like Jackson Dart at that 16, 17, 18, 19. There's where the value, where you're not going to have to mortgage the farm to get right back up in there. The lower the player drops, the less you have to pay for the kid concerning draft capital. So Jackson Dart, I think without a shadow of a doubt, he's the number 2 quarterback on this board. So without number 2 or number 3, depending on him or Shedeur. So he's going to go in the first round because teams are quarterback needy.
Yeah. What do you think about this, Tate? Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart gonna go in the first round because, let me tell you something about the marketplace, man. The marketplace dictates the cost of things.
That's facts.
So I can go way back to when I was like a freshman in college. And Big G, had a whole bunch of friends went down to Central State.
Mm-hmm.
Right outside the day. We go down there for a weekend and party. This is when Boys in the Hood movie was real hot. Came out. Everybody was drinking St. Ives because Ice Cube was drinking St. Ives in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get
or they don't show. Yeah.
I don't care what's going on. Yeah, that's at the end when he was drinking it. But we could go down there in Dayton. They ain't having in Lima. Cats was drinking. They wanted that malt liquor, drinking Oldie and Colt 45. You can get a 40 of that for like $1.85. We go down there and buy the 40s of St. Ives for 99 cents. Come back home with like 2-3 cases, 48, 72 bottles up for $5 a piece. And cats was buying them because the market where we is at demanded that's what it costs. And everybody wanted to be like Ice Cube on TV. So I use that analogy to say quarterbacks is St. Ives. You can't get it. That's what it is. So they go up automatically. So what's probably truly an evaluation stock is a second round, early third round pick, jumps up to the first.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe he's going to get drafted in the first, and I hope it's by the Saints. Because if it's by the Saints, then the Steelers think about making a move to try and trade, if they need to try and trade up for Shedeur Sanders. So a month ago, I wasn't with trading for Shedeur Sanders, but he seemed to have a really good meeting in Pittsburgh. He liked Coach Tomlin. That reminded me of my dad. They say he's perfect for Arthur Smith offense. There's so much good stuff being said. His accuracy. You put him out there with them good weapons. I like it, man. So that right now for the Steelers in the first round is my dream pick for me.
Mm-hmm. Me too, Tate. If he falls to 21, I'm going to start. Matter of fact, if he get past 17, listen, I'm going to be going nuts. If he get past 17, because the only team at that point I'm worried about is the Brownies. I'd be worried about the Brownies trying to jump back in front of us and get at, because the value's there for them versus like going back up to 7 with the Jets. Now at 20, you ain't got to fleece your whole freaking draft to get him. You can jump back in because you got the second pick of the first or the second round. So you can jump back in, maybe trade 2 picks to get him versus giving up 5 picks to get him. That there's the value in Shedeur. So at that point, Tate, I agree that where they got to start thinking about, do we jump up to make sure that the Brownies don't jump in front of us?
It's only after the Saints pick, and he goes to gets like 13, 14.
Yeah, facts.
So let me ask y'all a question. Omarion Hampton is there. Shedeur is there.
For the Steelers?
For the Steelers.
At 21?
At 21. Who you running up to the podium with?
I'll punch Omar Khan in his face if he don't draft Shedeur Sanders. Omar Khan, you hear me right now. I better not catch you in the street. And Omarion Hampton and Shedeur Sanders is sitting there, and you run a card up that say Omarion Hampton. You better take Shedeur Sanders. You better take him.
Big G, you don't even got to explain that to Ma, man. It's self-explanatory. I mean, you get the second quarterback at pick 21, or you getting the second running back at 21. What's more value? As you look to the future in the 5th year option in the contract, where you get more value after taking which player?
Yeah.
So, the Steelers need a running back, but you get a good running back in the 3rd. You're not gonna get that quarterback with your next pick.
You facts. That's facts. It's big time facts. And just the last little thing, because we're gonna be draft heavy. all Thursdays, and I'm gonna get off of that. I'm gonna get off of it. Who's a player that you guys were heavy on in the beginning that has slid, and you like, whoa, this guy he might not even be in the first round. Who's that guy? And I'll start with you, G, because you know your nose is to the ground, and it's you. I definitely know that you've been watching who's rising and who's falling.
I think the player that was super high when this whole process started, that everybody was ramping and raving about being a first-round NFL draft pick, is Luther Burden. Luther Burden, the third wide receiver out of Missouri. I mean, I think Luther Burden falls completely out of the first round. I think that Emeka Buka, Tet, and Matthew Golden will be first-round NFL draft pick wide receivers. But Luther Burden, ain't no way. And because at one point they were talking about the second overall wide receiver. As far as position ranking is concerned, he's now in some draft boards the fifth overall best wide receiver. I've seen the Higgins kid out of Iowa State jump him as well on a lot of draft boards. So now, yeah. So what? So this kid went from being the number 2 receiver to the number 5. Oh no, because I promise you this: 5 wide receivers ain't going in the first round. You can book that. You can take that to the bank. Book it. It ain't happening.
Tate, who's the player you were high on, and before everything started, and they done started to slide, you're like, oh wow, they might not make it in the first round.
Well, I don't think they slid out of the first round. I think they slid a little bit. I'm gonna stick with 2 receiver. I think Tet's falling the farthest. I'm gonna go with our guy, our Ohio State guy, and it's just because of service. He's going in the late 20s now versus the late teens, the early 20s, and that's just because of circumstances. I mean, other players have risen up. Other teams, Steelers were really big on them, but they traded for DK Metcalf and traded a second. So when Big G says a minute ago, the Steelers had to get a second to trade George Pickens. But if they trade George Pickens, they got to draft a receiver with that pick.
Yeah. At 20, at 21, they would have to take a receiver, Tate, if it's not Shador. If they trade Pickens and they want to get in a second, at 21, they take the WR and then take the running back with the second pick or the DT.
I agree with that, but they can find not somebody as probably as talented as Pickens, but somebody that can put up Pickens-like numbers. Pickens had his best year, like 1,100 some yards. I mean, you get one of them, Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, one of them guys. I mean, I think I agree with the receiver, but they'd have to get them in 1 or 2. If they got a player they really like in 1, they like your safety boy from South Carolina.
Nikhil Majori. Yeah.
And then you get your receiver in the second because you really getting rid of George because you're not looking to deal with what could be a potential tobacco later with his contract, with him holding out and all that. So you get somebody with size and talent that's on a rookie contract for the next 4 years, gives you a lot more maneuverability, operating room with the franchise and the pieces moving forward. So if they trade George Pickens, they draft a receiver with one of the top 2 picks.
Yeah, agreed, Tate.
I like to take. For me, it's James Pierce. James Pierce was really high on everybody's list, and now I don't know if James is going to make it in the first round, bro. Like I just don't like. I don't like the not Walter Nolan. What's the dude from Texas A&M with 1 sack?
Shamar Stewart.
I don't understand how outside of his frame. I don't understand how this guy's getting all the love, but guys like him at defensive tackle are sneaking in, and you may have both Michigan guys go in the first round.
You could book that.
Yeah, you might have that go. So it's like, and James is just sliding down list.
It's gonna be 3 Michigan guys going in the first round.
Yeah, 3. Yep. But he's falling. He's falling right now.
He fell with injury.
Yeah, I think he'll go in the first round. He should.
Hey, an honorable mention, dude, that's falling is that now that the full evaluation is done and information is coming out, is Cortland Loveland. Cortland Loveland, early on, they were talking about he might go in front of Tyler Warren. His medicals done come back bad, bro. And so now, where he was probably slotted maybe top 15, Loveland, you might be able to get, unless the Denver Broncos are absolutely in love with him at that 20 pick, I could see Loveland dropping all the way out of the first round too because of his medicals.
Yeah.
You know, this is what players, and listen, I urge all the kids that's in college, man. I understand you want to play. I understand that you got to do things, that you want to do things to put yourself in position. But you have to take care of your body. If you don't take care of your body, you're going to put yourself in position to lose a lot of money. And so it takes those extra hours to get go in the trainer. Instead of out kicking it, you're in the training room. You're going into those rejuvenation chambers and all. I saw so much modern technology, how a kid could recover. And even from a freak injury, like how you could actually train with a trainer. But some of that comes down to eating right. Some of that comes down to resting correctly. And so a lot of these kids got bad habits. And when it's money time, it shows up. So I'm urging a lot of the youngsters, man, if you listen to us and watch us, you better take care of your body, man. Take care of because your body's going to cost you. Your body going to cost you.
And everything. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. LeBron James has led the way and showed the way on how to take care of your body. And you got to CeeDee Lamb, I just read a report on him, spends $1 million a year just on recovery and taking care of his body. And that's just something you have to do. That's something you have to do. I mean, look at Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's going to the red lights and the hyperbaric chambers and the cold chambers. He's doing all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Because it only makes sense because what? If you extend your career, you extend what?
Money.
Your money.
Your money. There you go. So kids know that now. Back in the day, it didn't matter because dudes was milkmen and postmen and selling insurance and everything else in off season. Now your job in off season is to prep and take care of your body because it's a year-round gig now.
Yeah, absolutely. G, take us to a commercial break, bro.
Man, thanks for joining us on a pre-Easter Sunday Know It All's pre-recorded podcast. For all you guys that's out there watching us on YouTube, we'll be right back after we pause for the cause. If you're listening to us on audio, wherever you get your audio podcast, Google, Apple, or Spotify, we'll be right back with the Know It All's podcast.
And we are back, man. We're definitely back. Tate, man, let's talk about this, bro. We want to get in and talk about our baseball squads. Let's talk about it, man. I'm gonna let you go first because I'm not really feeling good about my Braves at this point. So let's talk about it, man. Talk about your baseball squad.
Big trash. Lost today to the Orioles, I believe 9-5 here in Baltimore. We're over this way in Baltimore. Gave up 9 runs. We had several games we lost 1-0 and 3-2. So we're losing them low scoring games we should be winning. Then getting a lot of good pitching effort early. And then the pitching starts to slip. You're giving up 9 runs a game, 14 runs in the game, and stuff like that. You're supposed to lose those games. But the problem is, and I said this on another show the other night, Big G, not winning the game you should be winning. So they're 10-11. It's not bad. They can turn things around. They're 3 games behind the Cubs in first place. So we don't play them until the weekend, Memorial Day weekend.
Oh yeah.
In May. So I said it's mostly about if you playing bad, your bad need to be 500 baseball. You can't be dropping 2 out of 10 and dropping 4 out of 12. You can't be going on them kind of streaks. You got to stay around that 500 mark, and you can get out on a run and make things up. So that's probably what they're doing now. Go ahead.
Y'all 10-11, bro. Like y'all better than us, man. At this point,
but y'all
suck.
Y'all not our bar, man. We ain't measuring ourselves with y'all.
Yeah, the Braves suck.
We hot garbage right now.
And the Braves, they ain't hot garbage. They suck.
We hot.
They ain't
7-13. Hot garbage.
Yeah.
And you know it's funny. It's funny, Tate. We both thought we would have better years at this point.
No, I am gonna have a better year. Don't put me down there with you. I know misery and joy company, but that's not happening. We're gonna be all right.
We are gonna be all right with it. No, don't put that on me, Ricky.
I don't know what y'all. I said we one game with the 500. Y'all like 8 games on the 500.
Bro, it's over.
We're 7-13, bro. Like it was 7-13. We're 6 games away from being 500. It's not good. But somebody on this podcast I don't even have hope for my team this year.
None. Still ain't. Man,
your team's 13-8.
I don't care. I already done told you already they ain't gonna win about 77, 78 games. That's all they gonna win. They started off hotter than a firecracker. In last 10 games, they 5-5. Then it came back down to reality. Listen, the issue is that the Philadelphia Phillies has to trade for better pitching. If we're really going to push all the chips in the middle, because we have an aging roster, right? Harper's not getting any younger. Colistinos ain't getting any younger. Braun ain't getting any younger, right? These dudes are an aging roster. So when teams feel that, now I'm not saying that they're washed, and I'm not saying they're past their prime. I'm saying they're in their prime. So when you're in your prime, you go all in. You go get the pitching that you need to support this roster, and you go get you a chip. And the Phillies they didn't do that in the offseason. Not to me. They didn't make the acquisitions that they needed. They're still relevant. They sort of like my Pittsburgh Steelers, Modern Tate. Like the Steelers were 10-7, 11-6, but they're not all in. So that's why I'm not feeling it. Now, if they make a move here sometime in the next 2-3 weeks, and I see them go get a pitcher, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, we trying to do something. But right now, nah, reality just ain't set all the way in yet. Not for me.
And I say for all of us, man, baseball is a 162 game season.
Facts.
We played 20 games. We are 1/8 of a season through. That's a small sample size. It's a lot of stuff can turn around. The Braves can get better. The Phillies can get sorry. The Reds can go either way too. So you're dealing with a 20 game sample size, which is the 1/8 of the season. If you talk about the 1/8 of football of the season, you in week 2. You ready to judge your team in week 2?
No, but I can't say you playing garbage. You playing like garbage. I can say that. Hot garbage. You know, there was a know-it-all question because I need to test my know-it-all. I'm finna start doing this. Testing my know-it-alls that it had to do with football, but I didn't ask it. But I'm finna ask it right now before we move on to the NBA segment real quick. There's a Grand Slam of football. Okay, Grand Slam of football. AP offensive or defensive player of the year, Super Bowl MVP, and regular season MVP. 6 guys have done it. I'm gonna make it easy because I mean, two of them has just got more than one. No. I'm gonna make it easy. It's 2 running backs. And 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks.
What's the criteria again? Say it one more time.
Grand Slam of football. AP, offensive player of the year or defensive player of the year, MVP, and Super Bowl MVP.
There's only been a handful of running backs to win Super Bowl MVP. So that you got to narrow it down that way.
Well, the quarterback is Tom Brady. Mahomes is 2 of them.
Got it. Got 2.
Yeah. Tom Brady. No, wait a minute. Pat Mahomes was AP Associated Player of the Year. There ain't no way in hell Pat Mahomes was a Associated Player of the Year in the NFL. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Pat Mahomes. That makes sense.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, I thought he was talking about college.
Peyton Manning is 1.
Nope.
No.
I guess that too. But when I guarantee you, when you guess the other one's gonna fall right in line.
Well, if it got to be Joe Montana, then.
It is.
So it's Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes. There's 3. There's 1 more quarterback and 2 running backs.
The running backs are
The one that chip? Emmitt Smith.
He didn't. He was missing. He wasn't the offensive player of the year. That was the one he was missing.
Oh, don't tell me. I want to figure it out. I'm just thinking the running backs that were real valuable. Oh, Saquon. No, he ain't win no MVP though.
Oh, I got it. I got the running back. Terrell Davis.
Yes, sir.
Terrell Davis. Yeah, I got the running back. Terrell Davis.
One more running back though.
One more.
I know. I'm trying to think of who the other dog running back that just carried their squad all the way through. Because Thurman Thomas never won a chip.
Think backwards. Super Bowl MVP. Think backwards. If you think backwards, it'll get you.
Got to be Marcus Allen.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go, Tate.
that's Tate.
So there's one more quarterback.
We said Mahomes, Brady, Montana. And if I'm just jumping out there of the greats, you said it's not Peyton Manning. We missed that one already. I got to go Elway.
Nope.
No, I got it.
Oh, Brett Favre.
Nope.
I got it.
Oh.
Steve Young.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Steve Young. Steve Young.
Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Marcus Allen, and Terrell Davis all won the Triple Crown. They got the Triple Crown. No defensive players, because they won the defensive player of the year, and then the MVP of the Super Bowl or the league MVP. So,
let's shift it up one time for the culture to test your knowledge.
Let's go.
Name me five artists or entertainers that are EGOTs.
Oh.
Kendrick Lamar.
Me ain't no EGOT. Where'd that come from?
No, he won a Pulitzer.
He got one or two of them. An EGOT is an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Oh, well, nobody just did that except Will Smith.
Will Smith ain't done it. That's hard, I know. It's difficult.
Ice Cube.
No, man, y'all going too hood, man. This a Tony, a Broadway? Come on, man, no.
For the culture, Tony? Man, I don't know.
Let's change it up for the culture. As far as you talk football, now let's get into some artistry. I'm gonna tell you. And it's 17 I believe, but Harry Belafonte is one.
Oh.
Okay, but wait. So you had me thinking hip hop artists. That's why I was thinking hip hop artists.
No.
So, okay.
So, culturally speaking is macro, big picture.
Okay.
Movies, art, music, everything. So Harry Belafonte, John Legend.
Oh.
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh.
Viola Davis.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one. Oh, I think it's James. Pretty sure it's James Earl Jones.
Okay, I can see that too.
And the lady, what's her name? Just played in Wiki.
I can't think of the young lady's name. She's an AKA like my wife. I just can't call her name.
I know what you're talking about.
That's why the Wicked colors was pink and green. Shout out to all them AKAs out there to listen to us in podcast land. That's why she a big time AKA. Yeah. And Sandy AKA just like LaShonda. Yeah, shout out to them AKAs, man.
I would have never guessed Viola Davis. That one you got me on. That was a stump.
Because her Grammy is for an audio book.
Yeah.
For an audio book. Now look and see who coming with all the knowledge, boy, and little extra stuff.
Mm-hmm. Listen. I done said this. I said this privately, and I'm gonna say it publicly. If you put my crew together, these dudes, and you throw Pay and B Dirt in there, and maybe we get one of them other little side guys. Oh, dog, we running circles on any crew, any podcast crew out there. Y'all cooked. I dare you to get I dare you to get a crew like the Wu-Tang Clan, like the Know-It-Alls, and we will destroy you. You're going to get beat down. If we had like the Family Feud and there was 6 or 7 of us on the panel, we walking out with the bread every single damn time. We're not losing, bruh. We getting that money every time.
Big G to start the East Coast, West Coast podcast beef.
And bring it. Anybody can bring it. They can bring it. I'll call their crew trash.
Over to the Know-It-Alls.
I'm going to call their crew trash right off the bat. They crew trash.
All over in the podcast.
Especially if it's them youngsters. If you under 36, 37, and you think you got a podcast crew, I challenge you. Bring your crew up on around my crew. You're gonna get mollywopped. You have no business even in the arena with us. No business, but that's why we the know-it-alls crew.
Hey man, I love the podcast and the homies over there from Sports Life Hip Hop. They fool with pay Chicago. Yeah. They do some good content and stuff. Hopefully we can talk and we can work on something but collaborating them. They do a lot of fun, different stuff. But
Tate, I like that, man. About the EGOT. That was something that I wouldn't have got. But I am gonna start bringing sports trivia like that in here. The Triple Crown is crazy. That's but there are a lot. I think there were 16 people who had 2 of them but didn't have the third one. So there's a lot Elway's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Peyton Manning was one of them. So, but let's get to this basketball, man. The Timberwolves beat the Lakers tonight, 117-95. The Knicks beat the Pistons 123-112. Nobody played defense in that game. Denver, the Nuggets beat the Clippers 112.
You see Big G all smiling because I said I picked all 4 games that I lost all 4. He must have won 3 out of 4.
4-0.
You picked the Clippers?
No, the Clippers lost. The Nuggets won.
You did pick Nuggets. You're right.
And then the Pacers beat the Bucks 117-98. Let's start with this Lakers game. What happened? What happened in this 1-0 Timberwolves leading the season 117-95? Talk to me, G. What happened in this game, bro?
Anthony Edwards and his boys got hot as hell. They got hot. LA started out, Luka killed him. He had like 16 or whatever in the first quarter. After that, the fellas, Vanderbilt, Anthony Edwards, all his boys, Rudy Gobert started playing defense. Wasn't nobody getting nothing at the rim like that. And they got hot. They got hot, man. And that's what the whole squad got hot. And they told the Lakers, you better come on out here on this 3-point line. You better try to stop now and drop down in the paint. You better get out here and play some defense. But I've been saying all along, Luka and Tate is right with this point. The playoffs is about stars, but the playoffs is also about bad matchups. The Lakers don't play defense. Luka and Bron don't play D like that. And they was getting blended, picking pops, getting killed out there, man. They got hot, man. Minnesota got hot fast.
Luka had 37.
The Lakers played D. There was a stretch where they had like a top 3 defense for like 2 months towards the end of the season. They fell off a little bit. Luka's kind of a decent liability, so some of that stretch was before the Luka trade, and some of it was immediately after the Luka trade. So he's a decent liability, but don't worry. The machine's gonna go have a night off, have a day off tomorrow, put the codes in the machines, and come back on Monday. As you like to say, Big G, adios muchachos and Edward.
Hey, so the Knicks beat the Pistons 123-112. Talk to me about that game.
Go ahead, Tate.
The Pistons are young and not ready. They played good through 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, about 8.5 minutes left, they let New York go on a 21-0 run. You ain't gonna win no playoff game. You let somebody go on a 21-0 run, especially in the 4th quarter.
21-0.
21-0.
Yeah, you out of here. You cook.
You out of here. I don't care what point of the game is in. Somebody hit you upside the head with a 21-0 run. Again, in the famous words of Big G and Speedy Gonzalez, adios muchachos.
Adios muchachos.
Man, I got to get my sign for that. Y'all talking about it too much. Let me get my sign.
Jalen Brunson had 34. Carl Anthony Towns had
He started the game 3 of 13.
OG and the boy had 23.
Josh, who killed him, though, was Hart, though. Hart killed them boys. And that 21-0 run, he killed them.
Yeah, because he do everything off hustle. He got a couple steals. He finished with a couple layers. I bet he had more than 12 points. And I don't know what he had.
12? You got there. He had 13.
Okay.
Spot on.
he's a factor, but because he ratchets it up defensively. But Detroit just turned the ball over entirely too much throughout the game, and especially in that fourth quarter run. Cade Cunningham
Yeah.
was having a good game, and that's why I told the Bleachers and Speakers, homies, they do the Lions and the Pistons and the Tigers podcast. Like y'all need to get Cade, off ball more. You know what I mean? I mean he's good, but when he has to force the handle all the time, he's highly turnover prone. He averaged 9 assists a game this year, which is great. But he probably also had about 4 or 5 turnovers too.
Yeah. They need Ivy back, Tate. For them to be at full strength, they got to have it. Because Ivy takes Cunningham off the ball. And Ivy's nice, man. Ivy nice.
Ivy's super nice, but he ain't no point guard.
Young boy. Well, we got the best game of the night. The Denver Nuggets, LA Clippers, 112-110. Man, was Harden cooking, man. Harden was out here cooking, 32 points.
Get Harden out of
11 assists.
Harden was cooking.
32 points, 11 assists.
Probably about 8 rebounds.
6 rebounds. 6 rebounds. And then Kawhi Leonard, 22 points, 6 rebounds. Norman Powell had 12 points, and Ivica Zubac had 21 points. For the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon had 25. The Joker had 29. Jamal Murray had 21. Russie had 15. Oh, Russell trying to get at it.
Russ, the one that Russ hit what should have been the game winner. Then they let the Clippers come down and score with like 1.7 seconds left.
Sure did.
When I saw Russ hit that, I said, I don't care what nobody say. Russ first ballot.
First ballot. First ballot. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Russ has probably been, and I'm with Tate on this, one of the players that has been abused the most, traded off, sent to different teams, always thinking that he's the problem. When it's clutch time, Russ handle his business. Who don't handle his business is James Harden. He's out there scoring all them points, but when it came down to it, nah. You can't win. You done been traded off and been supposed to have been the savior. Multiple teams, the Philadelphia 76ers, all the teams you supposed to have been the dude. You can't win nothing. The Clippers ain't going nowhere. They getting up. Y'all keep saying adios, muchachos. They about to get up on out of there. Denver about to get them boys up out of there quick. Get them gone. Get them up out of there, man.
So the Milwaukee Bucks lost 98-117 to the Pacers. I'm gonna tell you the biggest problem. You played 22 minutes. 22 minutes. You got 0 rebounds, 0 assists, and
trash.
0 points.
Come on,
trash.
Huh?
Kyle Kuzma?
Yeah, he's just out there running up and down. He's getting cardio.
Trash.
He was doing nothing but getting cardio, running up and down the court, touching the lines. What is wrong with you, man? At least get a rebound, 1 rebound. That's horrible.
Yeah, and I picked the Bucks. None of these series are over because every team I picked lost today. But I said Giannis gonna do that by himself. Giannis damn near scored 40.
That's
facts. He had 36 points, 12 rebounds. Come on, man. You got to help him out. Only Kevin Porter Jr. had 12. A.J. Green had 15. Gary Trent Jr. had 14. Bobby Portis had 4. But everybody else, man, I mean,
but
goose eggs. Taurean Prince, goose eggs.
You know who on the Bucks bench was doing some yapping and getting to it with cats?
Who?
That boy Dame Dollar.
Yeah, he was.
And he gonna be back. If not game 2, game 3.
He coming back. He coming back. There was rumors saying he'll be back game 2. So
yeah,
the Pacers, Siakam went hard. He had 25. Miles Turner had 19. Halliburton only had 10, and Andrew Nembhard had 17 for the Pacers. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. At this point, when I'm looking at it, I'm not getting really overly excited about the playoffs this year, but I am looking forward to seeing what the Grizz is gonna do against the Thunder, and the Rockets and the Warriors. Those are 2 series I want to look at. See what the Young Bucks. So let me put this out here. Let me ask you a question. Just asking questions, guys. Hey, I got my hands up in the air. I don't want no smoke. Okay? But I'm just asking this question. If Steph Curry wins one more championship, is he better than LeBron in this era?
Stop that. Go ahead and assassinate him, Tate. Go ahead and assassinate him, man.
The question. In this era, that would be 5.
Man, stop that, man.
On LeBron's watch, it would be 5. Is Steph Curry in the conversation of one of the greatest to ever do it?
Go ahead, Tate. Get him, man.
He's top 10, man. But look at Steph's numbers versus LeBron's numbers, man. Look, Steph had to run and go get KD to get 2 of his chips.
But you do know with one of those chips, he did it without a top 75 player on his roster. One of them.
The only reason why Steph got a couple of them chips is because by the time LeBron got to the finals, his team was all sitting on the bench. If Kyrie and Kevin Love would have been playing, they'd have got chips. They'd have got a whole bunch of chips. Yeah, they'd have got a whole bunch.
They was up 2-1 in that series without them.
So, but my question is,
no, he's not touching LeBron ever.
Okay. Ever. Okay. Steph's not even reached top 10 ranking of all-time players yet.
But he would have 5 championships.
So, and he's not.
Kobe got 5, right?
But I'm saying on LeBron's watch.
Stop that. Let's flip it and ask it this way.
LeBron watch been 22 years. Steph came along like 6-7 years after LeBron watch started.
So let's put it like this. Is Wilt Chamberlain the top 10 all-time greatest player? Absolutely. Anybody says he's not, you're nuts.
Do you know Wilt ran a 4.5 40?
Oh, yeah. Wilt Chamberlain is a top 10. Wilt Chamberlain is a top 10 NBA player all time, right? John Havlicek got 8 chips on Wilt Chamberlain's watch. John Havlicek's numbers, go put Michael Jordan's numbers in and put John Havlicek's numbers in. John Havlicek's numbers is just like Michael Jordan's.
My question, but on Michael's watch, nobody got, and I'm not saying this a Michael Jordan or LeBron James thing. I'm just asking. And Tate said no. I'm just asking if he was to get one more championship before he lay it down.
No, he might try to get himself into the top 10. It's going to be hard for him to get in the top 10. Because the top 10.
He wouldn't be top 10 if he won 5.
Bro, top 10. In any order, top 10. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, Tim Duncan. There's maybe where Steph may be.
That's 9, yeah.
And that's Bill Russell got to be in your top 10 too, so there's your 10. Stop it.
LeBron got MVP in every final he won. LeBron should have had 2 in 2 of the finals that he lost. Steph got 4 championships, 1 NBA Finals MVP.
Yeah, no.
Steph got 2 league MVPs. LeBron got 4, should have 6.
Facts.
LeBron kind of like Shaq where that's concerned. They robbed Shaq and stuff because he just was too dominant. You take it for granted.
Mm-hmm. Shaq was getting tackled. Shaq was out there getting tackled.
They were doing hack and Shaq. They invented something else. But and then allow me to see Steph be doing the same thing he's doing now in another 5 years.
No way.
But then we can start talking about it.
Yeah.
So G, we had this conversation too. If the Joker gets one more, are we having that discussion about the Joker?
Well, the deal is this. To be honest, and I'm gonna be out there talking Shea over Luka because Shea gonna get the MVP. But I'm telling you right now, the Joker had one of the best seasons you ever seen in NBA history this season. The Joker was out there killing as far as numbers.
One of the best offensive seasons.
Yeah.
You can get to the bucket on Joker. When you talk about bigs that go on both ends of the court. You talk about Hakeem, you talk about Shaq, and there's an intimidation factor that comes with playing center that Joker lacks.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even, but Tate, we've said this. We had this conversation. I don't think Joker is top 5 or 6 center of all time.
Nah.
When you start talking
gotta
about
get
Bill
back
Russell,
David
Bill
Robinson.
Russell, no, David Robinson, no, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone. Cut the deck.
Moses is there too. So,
Cut the deck.
Moses is there too, but you still got to put David. You still got to put Patrick. Both of those.
No, they're not. They're not top. They're not top. They're barely. If they are, Patrick Ewing's not a top 20 player. David Robinson, if he is, he's barely a top 20 player. Barely. They're not top 20, bro. No. All time?
The Admiral was cold at center.
Bro, no, dog. That's bias.
The person that was giving him buckets was Hackman. Hackman was out of control.
Shaq killed David Robertson. Shaq killed him.
He did. And he don't have no championships, but Charles Barkley higher up on the list than David Robinson.
I don't know about that.
I would say Charles Barkley's a top 20 all-time player. I would agree with that.
25.
Yeah, top 25, but top 6 centers, top 6, he's not. David Robinson's not there. He might be number 7, maybe number 7, maybe.
Who you got? You got
Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, and who would I say? And Will Chamberlain. There's 6. There's 6 greatest centers ever. So maybe David Robinson next, maybe Patrick Ewing after that, maybe. But then there's dudes that was centers that we don't give no love to. You know that Bill Walton was a dog. Prior injury, Bill Walton was a killer.
Well, to back up your claim, G, they both won 20 games against each other.
Who did?
Shaq and David.
Look at Shaq's numbers against David Robinson.
I said to back up your claim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To back up your claim, Shaq averaged 25.5, 12 rebounds, and two assists against David Robinson.
Killed him.
2.5 blocks. And David Robinson averaged 14.8.
Killing him.
The game,
two assists. You know why that is?
Why?
Because Shaq grew up on a military base, and when he was a kid, David Robinson didn't give him to sign his autograph. So Shaq said, every time I see David Robinson.
Oh, I didn't know that was see, you come to the know-it-alls and you get some good stuff, man. You get some good stuff. I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? So now I know Mo. I know Mo. That's a good one, Tate. I ain't never heard that one before. I ain't never heard that one before.
And he tried to put that boy in their rim every time they played. He dunked on him hard.
All I know is
and that's what's missed, man. Shaq is one of them old school mentality types here that carry grudges. Ain't no being your friend. That's why Shaq don't even like soft dudes like when Dwight Howard was good. Shaq don't fool with soft, man.
He ate Charles Barkley too, lightweight. They got a love-hate relationship. Because he be telling Charles Barkley, you trash. You up here talking to you got an opinion on whatever else. You ain't got near a ring. He said, I respect Kenny Smith more than I respect you. You ain't got near a ring. Get out of here.
Him and Chuck went at it. They go at it.
Yeah, because Chuck talking out the side of his neck. He ain't got no rings.
Last commercial, G. Take us to our last commercial.
Man, thank you guys for rocking with us, man. We'll be right back after a quick pause, a word from our sponsors and partners. Wherever you get your audio podcast, just listen up to it and make sure that you subscribe to the Know It Alls podcast. We'll be right after this quick commercial break.
And we are back. We are back, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. So we're going into this time of the year, man, where sports is starting to revamp and reboot again, right? You got the draft coming up, NBA playoffs is going, baseball's in full swing. So you just had the Masters. And for those of you who play golf,
hockey playoffs great start tomorrow.
The Maple Leaves.
Caps, baby.
The WNBA draft just happened. which we didn't even talk about, but it just happened. High school track, all the state finals is happening. You got kids down here in Texas running 9.8s. This is ridiculous. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And these aren't win-aided times. These kids out here flying. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about a little bit of everything here on the Know It Alls, and I'm finna put my guys on the spot. Finna put my guys on the spot. What is a sport that we don't know, that I might not know, or the viewers don't know, that you actually watch or listen to, Big G? Tell me a sport that you're actually into that nobody knows, and we haven't even talked about it. You know what I'm saying? This is special Resurrection Sunday edition. We got to give them something spicy. Talk to me, man.
The Toronto Maple Leafs. I didn't know nothing about no hockey till about the last 6 months. My middle daughter, is a diehard hockey fan. She watches it religiously. And every time I go in a room, she got a game on. I'm like, you ain't watching basketball? She's like, Dad, look, hockey on. And she turned me into a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I sit down and watch it. I know some of the players. I know Matthews, the center. I know Mauer, the right wing. I'm like, I understand the strategy of it. And, man, hockey, man, is sort of exciting, man, especially when they get the power plays going and all whatever else. And them dudes get mollywopped and ran all up into the side. And, man, I'm like, man, and they get to fighting, too. Yeah, Tay, you about to give me no diddy, no doubt. Yeah, but yeah, they get blasted. Bro, listen, I promise you, I did not know that hockey was like that. I done sat down on it, and I'm a fan for life. If ain't nothing else on, I'm going to watch a hockey game. I like it.
You sat down and watched it.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit down on it.
Yeah. I understand it. But, I'm old, and we don't watch the lingo like that, bro. We don't watch. So, I didn't know Diddy twice. Yeah, I didn't know Diddy twice. I get it. But, man.
Work with children, you guys. Work with
children. I mean, I understand it. But I'm telling you, I have a little passion now, a little flame for hockey. I never liked it like that. I never knew nothing about it like that. Man, my daughter bought me a Toronto Maple Leafs hat and sweatshirt. I'm going to wear it on one of these shows here in a minute, man, because she wants me to be all in when it comes to the Maple Leafs. The other night she came in and was playing the fight song, walking on around, had her flag. I was like, man, the hockey, let's go. Let's go Maple Leafs. Let's go Maple Leafs. So, yeah, I love, man, hockey, man. I really do, man.
Tate. Talk to me, man. A sport that we don't talk about a lot that you find interest in, man, that you watch and you partake in.
Man, I'm pretty mainstream dude, man. I mean, my music, I don't watch no B-list movies. I don't watch no movies that don't got no stars in them. I don't, so
it's
hard for me to say
you
a
don't watch
sport.
Tubi, dog?
That's trash.
I don't watch Tubi because, for one, like Big G says, trash. For two, it's too many ads. I don't watch none. I pay for my Peacock, my Apple, and I don't got Hulu but I pay for no ads. I don't want no ads interrupting.
YouTube. You got no ads YouTube?
I don't, but it costs $18.99 a month. Looked into
Show
it.
Do.
I'm trying to see if it's worth it for me.
Show Do, yeah.
Because they at least allow you to get rid of most of them after like 5 or 10 seconds. But man, I'd say probably. I agree with Big G about hockey. It's not my sport, not my cup of tea. I don't follow them, but I've been to several Washington Capitol games. The electricity and energy in the arena is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm looking forward to high school. I think it's going to be in Maryland. I know where I'm at. High school girls flag football starting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Big time sport. Man, that's Olympic sport now, Tate. That's Olympics. Yeah, Olympics for both men and women. Both men and women. Flag football is a real thing.
Right. So
yeah.
I'm gonna try and keep up with that, man. And but I don't watch wrestling as big now. Like we talked about that on one of the overtime shows where wrestling, like WrestleMania, is coming up soon, right? I mean, is that in May or in April or May? It's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stuff like that. But I stopped watching wrestling when I was 12. Last wrestling match I really sat down to watch and my brother ordered was WrestleMania 2 when Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant went at it. Now you know how long ago that was.
That was a long.
I gave up wrestling then.
Wow.
I gave
Wow.
up video
JYD,
games in 2000 playing
JYD,
video games.
Superfly Snooker. That's way back in the day.
You gave up video games in 2000, Tate?
2000.
I think the last Madden I got was Madden 5. I think I want to say
Madden
2004, 2005. I stopped. I was done.
I still got 2K. I still got college football.
I mean, I tried it, but man,
still
it's so
play
complicated.
It's really not that. It's really not. I'm a game.
Well, if you stayed on it for the last 30 years, it ain't complicated. I got Miss Pac. I play Miss Pac-Man in my house. I got the arcade games and NBA Jams. That's a little complicated. If you remember NBA Jams, they got all kind of joysticks and buttons and stuff. I don't even play that much. My nephews play it. They don't know what they're doing.
Big
But
G out, man. Big G
You didn't haul me out in NBA Jam.
You a lie.
Who was your squad? Who was your squad in NBA Jam?
Man,
I'm gonna tell you, I ran with.
I played with multiple. I played with Ronnie Cycling them, and was cold with the
who
Heat.
is them? It's only 2-on-2. Who is them?
The Heat. It was Ron Cycling, Tim Hardaway, and
You had a bench. You had a bench guy you could sub in on NBA Jams. You could sub in a dude.
No, you don't. No,
Yeah,
not the original. I don't know what they did later. Trust me,
Yeah.
I got the arcade game in the house.
Yeah, and then Seattle.
That's I ran with Seattle with Sean Kemp, boy. Oh damn, my damn thing fell.
Oh yeah, man. Look,
Yeah, it sure did.
It did. I see it. Yeah, but that's it, man. And I think so. To answer the question, tennis. Believe it or not,
I like
watch
tennis. I know tennis.
Yeah,
But that ain't some unkept or unknown.
yeah, but we don't talk about it. Something.
We don't talk about.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
I
don't
could have
talk-
went there.
Yeah, something we.
I thought you wanted me to reinvent the wheel or something. Come up with
No.
something. Oh, okay, yeah.
Something
I
we
like
don't
tennis
talk-
then. I like women's tennis. And it ain't nothing because I just like watching women's tennis, but I think it's more exciting than men's tennis.
Yeah, I mean, look, men's tennis has been revamped. The number one guy in the world right now is 23, and you don't have the Agassiz, you don't have the Sampras's, you don't have, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the OGs that we grew up with and that we were good watching, you know. It's just a new era. It's a new era now. I can still watch it. And then my guilty pleasure is college baseball, you know, and my Longhorns right now are acting the donkey. They 33-5, ranked number one in the nation.
They've been good for years though, for decades, man.
Yeah.
That's how much I know about college baseball. I know that the Texas Longhorns have been good for decades.
Before we got before we got the Texas A&M coach, we was hot garbage. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Who? But no, back. Okay, who was
You're
the
talking
Michigan?
about when Augie Guerrero was here.
The Michigan quarterback Drew Henson transferred from. I want to say from when he played down there in Texas, and then he went to Michigan, and he went pro and played for the Yankees. Drew Henson did.
Then he came back and played with the Cowboys.
Yeah. Drew Henson. I remember Drew Henson and them being dogs on that Texas. On that Texas
Drew
baseball
Henson
team.
is the greatest athlete of all time. Put him up there with Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders right now.
No, he ain't greatest athlete, but
he played pro football and basketball, and he started quarterback and played baseball.
Kyler Murray did that too.
I ain't seen him in the
first
league.
round of the draft.
I ain't seen him play in the league.
But he win the first round of the baseball draft.
MLB play. Put Dave Winfield in there. Dave Winfield.
Jim Brown too.
Baseball and football.
Jim Brown too.
Nobody care about lacrosse.
He played bad. Do you know that Jim Brown averaged 15 a game at Syracuse on the basketball team? He averaged 14.6 or 14.5 points per game for 2 seasons for the Syracuse basketball team. He was a dog.
Yeah,
he was a dog.
Big G, I need for you to understand though. Jim Snosicle, is it Snosicle? Something like that. He's given us our best year since 2004. That's how good we haven't been. You know what I'm saying? So 2004 is when we dropped off, and now we 33 and 5. That's a record. You know what I'm saying? That's a record.
Hey, I would have asked this. So Deion's got to be top. Deion, Bo Jackson, Drew Henson, because he played in the NFL, Major League Baseball, started in college, started in baseball pitching in college. Who else is up there top 5 all time? Jim Brown.
I know he said it. He said
Dave Winfield.
Dave
Winfield. Where Dave Winfield go to college at?
Minnesota.
And he played what? Football?
He got drafted in the
Basketball.
NFL, MLB, and NBA.
Right.
Oh yeah. Charlie Ward up there too.
He should have went and played football for a couple seasons. He would get much respect because he got a Heisman and made the NBA his main thing.
Yeah, Charlie Ward
But
up
you
there
know
too.
what? They weren't giving them cats no chance back then, you know.
Nope. They wouldn't give him none. And that's a shame. That's a shame. There's a lot of quarterbacks, man, back in the day that if they would have been given an opportunity to, if they was in today's NFL, oh my God.
Y'all ever watch that documentary on Amazon called The Evolution of the Black Quarterback?
Yeah.
No,
I seen it twice. I seen it twice.
A must watch. It's
Yes.
narrated by Tony Dungy and Michael Vick. It's a must watch. They go around talk to the old quarterbacks. They talk to Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes and Warren Moon. Everybody coming through. I didn't know Tony Dungy was a great quarterback. He switched to come to the league. Warren Moon wouldn't switch and went up to Canada. They played each other in the Rose Bowl. 2 of the best teams in the country. They senior year. Then Tony Dungy got drafted and they moved him to the corner. Warren Moon said, "Nah, I'm a quarterback." He went up to Canada and beats it out. And if you add his numbers to his pro numbers, he's one of the greatest all time.
Greatest of all time. Did you guys? Let me ask you a question. Did you guys know that Danny Ainge actually played
baseball?
Baseball.
Yeah, BYU. Yeah.
But he played for the Padres.
Yeah, he was good.
But Tate, what you was talking about with the quarterbacks, could y'all imagine in today's game if Tommy Frazier or Charlie Ward or Darian Hagan or Charles Thompson or Tony Rice at Notre Dame, can you imagine if them dudes would be playing right now in the NFL? Man,
Charles Thompson wouldn't have made it, but
Charles Thompson was a dog.
Everybody, he was
in the college, and you play a wishbone. Yeah, that's a difference.
What's the quarterback that played? What's the quarterback that played at Syracuse before McNabb? McPherson.
McPherson.
He was a dog.
He was. He was a pure passer too.
And what was the dude down there at West Virginia?
Major Harris.
Dog.
Major
Dog. Pat White too. Pat White was a dog. Quarterback of West Virginia. He was a dog.
Yeah. Michael Bishop. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of quarterbacks that came before. It just, didn't get a
Vince.
fair shake.
Vince didn't get a fair shake.
Didn't get a fair shake.
Troy Smith didn't either.
The league.
They were ahead of their time. They were headed.
Troy Smith got a fair shake. He got sick. He was gonna start when Flacco got drafted. He was gonna start. He got mono or something, and they went on with Flacco. And Flacco took his opportunity and did good, and they was moving on from Troy Smith.
Yeah.
And then he got to San Francisco and could get along with Mike Singletary.
Yeah, Mike Singletary buried that boy. He buried him.
That happens, man. That happens. You guys, man, we finna go to our parting shots, man. Go ahead and let the good people get back to their family celebration here on the Resurrection Sunday with the Know-It-Alls. But man, I had a good time, a great time. But we'll start with you, G, man. Talk to me, man. Give us your parting shot.
Man, I just want to say, Happy Easter to all the people out there in podcast land. Make sure you spend time with your family and friends. The years to me, now that I'm getting older, man, the years move so fast now, man. It just seemed like we was at Christmas. And we went and did the thing today as a family. And then, we come back and my wife's like, well, I blew it. And I was like, what are you talking about? We're not doing nothing for Easter. And I said, we're doing enough because all of my family, all of my children are around me. My son-in-laws are here. I get to spend time with you guys. I don't need no extravagant meal and all that, whatever else. I want to spend time with my people because I'm going to look up and it's going to be Memorial Day. And then I'm going to look up and it's going to be the 4th of July. And I'm going to look up and it's going to be football season. So
one day, hopefully a long, long time from now, you will look up and it's going to be dirt on your head.
Yeah. And I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up and be a granddad. My daughters are getting married. 2 of my daughters are getting married in 26. So I'm going to look up and it's going to be 2026. So time moves fast, man. So when you got an opportunity to sit back and chill with your people and your family, make sure you do that, man. Spend some time with them. Go be around them. And don't take nothing for granted, man, because tomorrow ain't promised to nobody, man. And go spend time with your people. So I ain't got to go into what I'm predicting. I just know this week coming up, we're going to have a great Know-It-Alls podcast show. We're getting people from all kind of different podcasters. Folks that's never been on the shows before is going to be with us.
All kind of fans from different teams talk about their team's drafts.
Yeah. Tennessee Titans, Philadelphia Eagles, Los Angeles Raiders, Los Angeles Chargers. We're going to have people giving Cleveland Browns. We're going to have people giving takes about what they see with the first round of the NFL draft. So huge draft special for us on Thursday, man. And we're going to be with y'all a while. Every year, Mod, that's like our greatest show. And so, like, we're going to be with the people from, I'm saying about 7:30 through the first round. So, if you like football content, if you like football content, we're going to be going the whole time. We'll have different people from different podcasts coming on with us that have their own established podcast that's going to come on with us. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and tell people about it and subscribe because we get on with the draft. And that's all I got, bro.
Yes, sir. Tate, holla at me. Give us your parting shot.
Yeah, man, I agree with everything Big G said, man. I mean, it's about not taking no days for granted. When your feet hit the floor every morning, be thankful, know that you're blessed, and thank the Lord for those days.
Facts.
And it's about, it's nothing more fun to me than to be around my family and being around my friends. Because I'm just a personable guy. I mean, I might get on my family, my friends, and family nerves all the time. I'm sure I do. But either you know how I am. You've known me for over 50 years. So, either you deal or we don't deal. But I don't have no reason to not deal with my family and close friends. You know what I mean? Because there's no beef or no argument that can just make that, elevating to something else. You know what I mean? I hate when I see brothers and sisters and siblings and cousins and all that stuff not talking for what? You know what I mean? The last time me and my brother got into a fist fight was 2011. I was 39 to be 40 years old. And y'all know me and my brother, we like this still. You know what I mean? But 39, my wife talked about us, talked to a lot of families when we come out the grocery store right here, not far from my house. We got into in the parking lot.
Wow.
But yeah, that's embarrassing now to say I'm 39 years old fighting my brother, but it went down. He fought me too though. So, it went down. But yeah, man, just enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones. Question to G.
Yeah.
And be honest. All your people you got around you, your wife, your daughters, your son-in-laws, whoever come over, right? Well, take it back. Just answer this question truthfully. Can you get you a good spade game going at your house? A good one. Elman Baxter game.
Hell no. Hell no. No, I mean it'll be decent, man. It'll be decent, but nah, man. Nah.
Okay, yeah.
Because my wife accused me of cheating all the time.
My wife would like to play with me.
Yeah, she said I count. She like, you count cards. I said that's the name of the game. That's the name. I know what you have in your hand. She said you talk, and I'm gonna be talking yak what I know you set, and I got you caught up. And listen, I'm gonna get an ace jack split off on you. Yeah, I'm talking yak. I'm talking crazy. So it ain't like that because the camaraderie aspect of it, just to be able to talk crazy to people, like they get upset and they be ready to quit. So I got competitive people on my son-in-laws and my family and all like that. Like my one son-in-law, Tate, he played the heck out of euchre, dog. He ain't to be played with in euchre. But I get down with him like that. But like the competitive nature, nah, it's decent, but not like that.
I get it, because when we get together, my family, we mostly get together all at Thanksgiving, right? My family comes here and stays from like Wednesday to Monday. My sister and her family, my mom come, my brother. So like me, my mom, my brother and sister, we have great games. because it's competitive, it's serious. You get mad if somebody play dumb. That's how I was raised with it, right? But my wife and brother-in-law, they don't really fit in there. They players that could really like care less. Like, they throw the cards out and like, why you do that? Why you cut out my book? You know what I mean? They don't get it. But so
hey,
yeah, so
back in the day, Tate, Aunt Sandy used to give us the business when we messed up, dog.
Yeah, because she liked that still.
Dog, she used to, she gave one time, I did something wrong. She said, you can't play with me no more. And I was like, damn. I said, damn, T, what's it? She said, nah. She said, get up on out of here. She said, we got to get another partner, somebody over here. I was like, wow, this is serious.
I don't remember what time you talking about, but I believe that. One time she made her mom, my grandmother, quit Graham. Graham said, Sandy, you cheat. And Graham got up from the table. I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, I know. Aunt Sandy got, like, we used to play cards with Aunt Sandy religiously, once a week or twice a week. We sit and play. We play for hours. Sit and play spades.
She's always down for a good spades game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we was already hanging out there.
Yeah.
And, Big G, I won't get into the stuff me and Ma was talking about backstage before you joined us.
Yeah,
but
that's
what I said.
That's stuff that won't even make our back scenes.
And since this recorded, you cut it out anyway. But Big G, just I'm gonna say, because we was always on Lakewood, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna say this: the basement was legendary, wasn't it?
Classics. Instant classics went down.
And that was in high school, junior high and high school. It started already.
Classics. There was some classic things that went down, man. And if we got to go to the grave with all that stuff, bro. Because if the stuff that we did happen ever get out, bro, people's feelings is gonna be hurt.
What's them things you gotta keep the identity of the innocent unrevealed or whatever like that? Like it's like that.
Yeah, like you got to give a disclaimer. The names mentioned in this it was mentioned. What is totally not factual is but it is factual because like I said, there's some stories, boy. Woo-wee. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, man. But shout out to everybody. Happy Easter. Thanks for listening to us today. We're not live with you. We miss you all. Shout out to the homie Claude. I know you have wanted to chime in and say something dumb. You still can comment. I'm sure you said it.
Put the matrix up before we go. Make sure, just put it up because Claude need the matrix for Easter anyway. Go ahead. There's your fix, Claude, for Easter. That's for you, Tim, for Easter.
Tim, I know you said something too, so that was for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, man. Again, it's Resurrection Sunday, man. To me, this is it's not a holiday that goes by. It's really a holy day. This has been a holy week for me, and just a reflective week. I'm thankful. There's a lot of people who don't know my story. You know what I'm saying? I met my father when I was 15. He died 9 months later, so I really didn't get a chance to know him. Then on top of that, went to jail early, had to stay in jail for a little while. Then found, I played football, but had babies, played football all the way to college, had babies, had to quit. A lot of stuff went on, but I'm going to tell you something, man. The greatest decision I ever made was to give my life to Jesus. The greatest decision I ever made. I made that decision at 21 years young, and I've been living that way ever since. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention or say, this just isn't about bunnies and hunting eggs for me. This is about my risen Savior. He's not dead. He's alive. And because of that, because he lives, I could face tomorrow. So a lot of the things that I see and I say ain't just, it motivates you, but it's talking to me. These are things that I had to learn the hard way. I had to come up through a rough path. Sell dope and everything, sold drugs and everything. I mean, look, it's past the statute of limitations, so I can talk about some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about it, I'm saying it because it's real. I'm saying it because it's real. We all have a past. We all have history. We all have things that we've done. And I'm gonna tell you, ain't you have not went too far. You've not went too far to where Jesus can't find you. You've not did too much to where he can't bring you home. So today, normally I wouldn't do this, but today I say, man, wherever you find yourself, if you're listening to this, man, it's not too late to come back home. It's not too late to give him an opportunity. It's not too late to let him in your life, because definitely you need him. You can't do this by yourself. You can't. I'm gonna tell you something. There's this word called booby trap. You know what I'm saying? And the enemy sets booby traps every day, all day. And the thing about a booby trap is, no matter what you do, it's gonna take you down, because it's designed to create chaos. And without Jesus, your life is designed to create chaos. And there's no way out of it, because you can't speak to it. You can't change it. You can't see the whole thing, but he sits high and looks low. So he gives you the opportunity. He'll give you the information to get through and navigate through life. So I just admonish you today. You have the opportunity, wherever you're at. If you didn't get an opportunity to go to church, you have an opportunity here to accept him as your Lord and Savior. And I just say, hey man, if that's what you need, get in contact with me, and I'll definitely be the person that will lead you down that path. Or find someone in your local assembly and give your life, or just simply say, Father, I sin, forgive me of my sins. I'm sorry. Jesus, I know that you died on the cross and you were risen again for my sins, and I accept you as my Savior. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And look, like I said, in Mod's moments, I just try to be motivational. I'll try to make sure that I share something that will help you. And that's why I'm sharing this, because I know for a fact I would be nobody and nowhere if I didn't have him in my life. I would be a nobody and nowhere if I ain't have him in my life. So, everything that I've been through, the collective life story has been navigated and narrated by my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, man, I'm out of here. Do you guys got anything else that you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I just want a reaction to that picture I just sent Tate.
I reacted to it.
I seen it. Yeah,
Good picture.
I see the me and Cam Hayward
Picture.
hanging out. Me and old Cam
G
Hayward.
And Cam Hayward at the Woody.
Yeah,
the Ohio State University. But look, like I said, we're gonna let y'all get back to y'all family. Normally we would just, be up to our normal shenanigans. But we thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're gonna talk to y'all later. Same bad time, same bad channel. And because I know that Claude said something else, I had to go on and give you an honorary matrix. I had to give you one more before we get up out of here, man.
He probably had it coming from the beginning of the show. So you could probably do that 3 more times and it'd be warranted.
It'd be warranted. Mm-hmm. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you later. Peace.